For many, high school is a coming-of-age experience, a time in a person's life where adversity and the challenges of adulthood first present themselves. But Dylan Serlanis, a senior at Antioch Community High School, faced hardship that few other high schoolers ever have to go through. Both of Dylan's parents died of heart attacks before he finished his freshman year. Dylan had two options. He could either curl up in a ball, as he puts it, or join the football team. David Kaplan has more on Dylan's story.
Well, other kids in the school were coming up to me and saying, hey, did you see this new freshman? And you hear that a lot as a coach. Every high school coach has that. And I saw him in the hallway, and I'm like, oh, that must be the kid they're talking about. And just stopped him in the hallway one day and said, you know, kind of the old, hey, big fella, do you play football? And he's like, no. And I said, why? Or why not? And then I got to talk to him a little bit, and really, that, and along with some other guys in the school, started to recruit him.
However, Dylan did not end up joining the team his freshman year. He weighed 365 pounds and wasn't sure if he'd be able to handle the rigors of playing football. But after thinking about it for a while, something changed his mind.
I thought of everything my mom had to sacrifice day to day. Like, she wore the same pair of shoes for 2 years. She didn't buy new clothes for herself. All she did for me, and I thought I couldn't let those sacrifices go to waste. If I just curl up in a ball, I will. So I got to overcome these challenges. I need to persevere. Everybody was there for me, saying if I needed anything, let me know. And I knew they would do anything if I needed them to, but I didn't try to use that as a crutch. I wanted to do this on my own.
Honestly, the first day, he couldn't get through the warm-up. He was 365 pounds. Day 2, he got through the warm-up a little further. Day 3, so on and so forth, to eventually completing a practice by the time we got to week 1. Junior year, a year later, dropping 100 pounds to starting at center, and has played center for us. Hasn't missed a game.
I started weightlifting. I got back on track through football. That made me, it put my eyes on the prize, got me more in tune to my educational career as well as my athletic career.
And it has been quite the athletic career. Dylan went from never playing a down of football in his life to becoming the starting center for an Antioch team that has only suffered a handful of losses in the past 3 seasons. Aside from the on-field success, it's the transformation off the field that Dylan is most proud of.
I think I've grown tremendously since my first day walking into high school. I mean, what happened to me freshman year, that made me had to become an adult right away, but being an adult for as long as I've had to, I've gained much more of an outlook on life, and I think it's more of a positive outlook on life.
There is no doubt Dylan has come very far in a short period of time, but in many ways his journey is just beginning, and he's driven to begin the next chapter in his life.
My #1 goal right now, win this season with a state championship on my belt. And then after that, I want to go into college, the highest level I can. And then my ultimate goal is to make it to the NFL.
To see him grow and develop, not just as a football player, but as a person, and his confidence and everything, I mean, that's why every coach does it.